welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lenny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. Let's freaking go, everybody. We're always focused on quality dividend growth stocks, so that's why today I'm going to ask a very simple question, Lanny, and I can't wait to hear your answer, my answer, and what the community is going to say for this one.
Well, Bert, before you ask that question, smash that subscribe button. Give us a nice thumbs up. Let's
Ooh.
make some noise. Bert's about to drop a bomb question here. What's going on?
Yeah, am I stupid for not considering these two Dividend Kings for my portfolio, Lanny?
Are you stupid for not buying one or both of these Dividend Kings?
I guess we got to find out here. So why are we even asking this question? We've got a lot of dividend cuts here in 2024. It's been a rough year for some of our holdings. As we talked about in our podcast episode yesterday, Walgreens got even more bad news. The company just fell even further off the cliff.
Boy, bad. When bad gets badder.
Yeah, well, Getting Pot's doing awesome in 2024.
Bad,
Who else is doing awesome? Paramount. Ask them how that acquisition's going. So there's a lot of positive, negative, and I say positive in the most sarcastic manner, sentiment for some of our holdings, which brings
bad.
us to focusing on quality. And when it comes down to Laney, Dividend Kings, for the most part, outside of like Getting Pot, are
Bad.
great bearers, like great definitions on their own of quality and what is a dividend king, Laney, and why do we like
50 straight years of nonstop growing dividends year after year, guys. That's what dividend kings are. That's what dividend kings do. We're not just stopping at the aristocrat status, which is 25 years. We move on to royalty, to dividend kings, guys. They've been through it. They've been through hell. They've been through heavens, and they keep increasing that dividend, come hell or high water.
That's right. So that's why we want to focus on them, just bet quality. So let's see, should we do it? But of course, we're not just buying stocks for the sake of buying them. They have to make sense and they have to be a value when we're buying them. So we're going to run each of these companies through our stock screener to make sure that they check our boxes and we're not just adding stocks that are overly expensive just for the sake of buying.
No. So we got two kings here, Bert. Do you want to do one and then the other? Or are we doing side by side
We'll
with
do
each
the
metric?
no, we'll do they're both in the same brand. So, you know what, let's do them side by side because it makes sense to compare them together. Number one. Dun, da, 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 dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
Is it
dun.
Stone Cold, The Rock? Is it The Rock? Is it Hogan?
It
Or is it
is Kimberly Clark, ticker symbol KMB, and number two,
Cole?
Colgate Palmolive. Ticker symbol CL. Two Dividend Kings. Neither of us own them. But they're in the consumer staples. We own Procter and Gamble. We own Unilever. We own well, I can't even say Johnson Johnson anymore. That doesn't count anymore in the consumer staples. So forget that reference.
Polyon?
So you think quality and you think greatness, and these two companies have demonstrated their ability to increase that dividend for 50 plus year. Lanny, who are some of the brands that are in Kimberly Clark's portfolio? And I'll take Colgate Palmolive thereafter.
You got it, man. So we're talking Cottonelle toilet paper. The mail depends. So guys, get those on for watching this video. Your Kleenex tissue brand, Poise, Scott toilet paper. Wow, interesting. You buy Kotex, and then you got some workplace solutions, obviously. Then you have some random other brands like the Little Swimmers. Man, I have too many of those there in our
Mhm.
toddler's room. Good nights, pull ups, Viva paper towel rolls. I'm sure you guys know those as well.
Yeah, fantastic brands are found in everybody's house, especially, yeah, we got plenty of the pull-ups here that we're working through. So brands that find their ways into your house, and that's why we like companies like these. Colgate Palmolive, obviously, not trying to be sarcastic. Brands include Colgate and Palmolive, Ajax, Murphy's Soap, Lady Speed Stick, Fluffy, Men's Speed Stick, Irish Spring Soap, just to name a few. So they've got some major household consumer brands as well. I wouldn't say their brand portfolio is as robust as Kimberly-Clark or Procter and Gamble, but a lot of kitchens have Palmolive soap, a lot of bathroom.
It's kind of a nice company. I kind of like that. Kind of like
Yeah,
those raw products, man. I mean, I used to see. I mean, my mom has Murphy's. I remember my mom would always have Ajax underneath
yeah,
the
same
the
here.
cabinets.
Same
Right.
here. So yeah, they're great brands, and that's what also piques the interest. That's why I say, am I stupid for not looking at them? Because they have these strong brand portfolios. They have the dividend history. But why haven't I bought them, Lanny? And we're going to figure that out when we run them through our screener, which feature, oh my goodness, it's fixtures, which features three metrics: PE ratio, payout ratio, history of increasing dividends, and that fourth bonus metric, dividend yield. Let's do the mem side by side, Lanny. Why don't you do the Kimberly-Clark ones? I'll do the Colgate Palmolives. I'll learn how to say it by the end of this thing. Kick it off here, Lanny. What's the PE for KMB?
KMB's got the PE of 18.33 based on
Mhm.
a stock price of $183.20 and a forward earnings of 754. So just under 19 times earnings.
Colgate's more expensive. Their PE is 25.21 using a price of 97,804 and EPS of 385. That's very expensive.
Yeah, a little bit pricey, kind of right where the market's at, slightly less than the S&P 500. But looking at the dividend payout ratio, guys, who has the safer of the dividends? Who has more room to not just pay them, but keep that dividend king streak alive? So Kimberly Clark pays a $4.88, annual dividend broken out over 4 quarters, 65% dividend payout ratio.
Hmm.
So slightly on the ceiling right there.
Colgate's dividend is $2 per share. That's a 51.95% payout ratio. So perfect, right smack dab in the middle. It does not get
So
any better than that. Mr. Perfect right there.
yeah, not bad. So to talk about dividend growth on Kimberly Clark's side, they've been doing it for 51 years. Now the average rate's only 3.4% of the growth on
Hmm.
the dividend.
That's very interesting here. That's very, very interesting indeed. Colgate, let's check theirs out. Increase that dividend for 60 plus years with a 5-year dividend growth rate of 2.80%. So just like Kimberly, dismal dividend growth.
Come on, Colgate, you can do a lot better than that with that, mid payout ratio. Yeah, I guess the last one was about closer to over 4%, 4.2%. So
Oh, they
maybe
really blew that average out of the water there.
just maybe, guys.
Yeah.
Year to date, stock price up 13% for Kimberly. Wow.
Yeah. Colgate up 20%. Yeah. 1 year.
Back into safety.
Yeah. And it, it's interesting. Just
Maybe
interesting.
Colgate uses a lot of AI in their, just kidding.
Yeah, they really hitting the AI boom hard. That's really their brand. It just says artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Our deodorant knows when you need it.
yeah, so let's look here lastly at the dividend yield and the 5-year average yield because I think this is interesting for both of them. Lanny, what's KMB's yield?
3.35%, and the current yield is um 3.53. So you got 18 basis points of margin of safety there on dividend.
Yeah, and Colgate's current yield's 2.06%, and their 5-year average yield is 2.35%. So their margin's actually in the negative. So they are lower. We'll put the metrics up here side by side here. Since I asked the question, am I dumb for not considering these kings? No. Colgate's just not a value. It's a great stock. I think leaving this, despite their dismal dividend growth, which is very frustrating, it's a great company, great brand, and they've had strong performance. You can't say that about Colgate. You just wish they rewarded dividend shareholders a little bit more than they do.
No, yeah, I don't think you're dumb for not buying these two kings.
No,
Um, you've obviously had I think I really like Colgate more than Kimberly just because I feel like, you know, maybe I'm biased. I gotta look at some of the, I had to take a little bit deeper of a dive on profit margins and revenue growth. Something just tells me that their products, you know, are just more of a go-to.
yeah, I would agree. And Kimberly, you can swap out a little bit more in and out, and it has more exposure to store
Right,
brands as
right,
well too. So
right.
it's obviously cheaper for a reason, higher yield, but again, dismal dividend growth. Not a bad option if it keeps falling. to be honest with you. Kimberly Clark's yield can shoot up above 4%, then it becomes a lot. The calculus, I think, for this becomes a lot different, but we still got a long way to go for it there.
What do you guys think about these two kings? Do you own them in your portfolio? Are you staying away? Are they too boring? Are they too low growth for you to want to invest in them? Let us know in the comments below. And what other stocks are you buying out there?
If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and remember, you're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
Well, you listen here, brothers. That was Bert, the Heart, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.